Hi, today we're going to talk about major depressive disorder. My name is Scott King, and if you have any questions at the end of the slideshow, please feel free to ask me then. Thank you. What is major depressive disorder, commonly referred to as MDD? Depression is a disorder of the mind and body that affects approximately 15% of the population at some point in their lives. When not treated or is treated inappropriately, it is potentially fatal. Nearly 1 in 6 people with severe, untreated depression commit suicide. Depression is like a war. You either win or die trying. Major depressive disorder is a mood disorder that causes distressing symptoms that affect how you feel, how you think, how you perform activities of daily living, such as sleeping, studying, eating, relationships, working, personal hygiene. All of these can seem insurmountable, and each one taken on its own can feel like it's undoable. Major depressive disorder can take away a person's ability to enjoy life and cause decline in capacity to undertake even the simplest daily tasks. Statistics from the American College Health Association National College Health Assessment Fall 2011 have stated that 86% of college students have felt overwhelmed, 81% of college students have felt exhausted, 30% of college students have felt too depressed to function, and 6.6% of college students have seriously considered suicide. Depression, major depression disorder, is not prejudiced. It affects men, women, children, elderly, all socioeconomic statuses. Doesn't matter how much you make or how much you don't make. All ethnicities. Depression does not care what your skin color is. Statistically, women have depression more than men, 1.7 times more. Women as a group are not only more likely than men to have a diagnosis of major depressive disorder, they are also less likely than men to be physically active. 2005 Centers for Disease Control reported that 25.9% of women participated in no physical activities at all in the month preceding the survey, versus only 21.4% of men. 3 groups of symptoms for depression and major depression disorder: psychological, physical, and social. Please keep in mind, suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Depression, major depressive disorder, is treatable. How are you? Seems like a normal, innocuous question, one that we hardly ever really listen to the answer to. As with most people, people struggling with depression, major depressive disorder, most often reply with, fine. Well, fine can mean a lot of things: frozen, insecure, neurotic, and emotional. All of the words in this slide are put together to form the word fine, yet all of the words are good examples of what is really going on in someone's mind who is struggling with depression, especially when asked, how are you? Psychological symptoms include continuous low mood, sadness, feelings of hopelessness and or helplessness, low self-esteem, tearfulness, crying at inopportune times for no reason at all, feelings of guilt, feeling irritable and intolerant of others, lack of motivation, little interest in things, difficulty making decisions, lack of enjoyment, suicidal thoughts or thoughts of harming oneself, feeling anxious or worried, reduced interest in sexual intercourse. Physical symptoms include slowed movement, lack of energy, slowed speech, lack of interest in sexual intercourse, change in appetite, change in menstrual cycle, constipation, disturbed sleep patterns, unexplained aches and pains. Social symptoms may be observed through the following behaviors: not doing well at work, taking part in fewer social activities, avoiding contact with friends or family, participating in fewer hobbies and interests, having difficulties in home or family life. "What is depression like?" he whispered. "It's like drowning, except you can see everyone around you breathing." The hallmark of major depressive disorder is the occurrence of depressed mood and loss of interest in activities that were rather pleasurable in the past for a duration of at least 2 weeks. These symptoms must also be accompanied by at least 5 of the following manifestations as stated in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, 5th edition, commonly referred to as the DSM-5. Depressed mood most of the day, markedly diminished interest or pleasure, significant weight loss when not dieting, or weight gain, insomnia or hypersomnia, psychomotor agitation or retardation, fatigue or loss of energy, feelings of worthlessness or excessive or inappropriate guilt, diminished ability to think or concentrate, or indecisiveness, recurrent thoughts of death. What causes major depressive disorders? While the causes are diverse and complex, environmental factors and genetic predispositions are believed to contribute. Behaviors such as smoking, alcohol abuse, sleep disturbances, and physical inactivity are all common with depression, major depressive disorders. Some of the science behind depression and major depressive disorder: altered levels of neurotransmitters include norepinephrine, serotonin, dopamine, gamma-aminobutyric acid, commonly referred to as GABA. These have long been implicated and are the primary target of the pharmaceutical treatment. They've got a pill for everything. There is no concrete answer as to what causes depression, major depressive disorder. Two thoughts are that it is precipitated by a major life event or by internal unknown events. Basically, the research, they still don't know. The first empirical study investigating the effect of exercise on depression was performed by Franz and Hamilton in 1905. By 2020, depression will be one of the leading causes of death and disability. In 1905, Franz and Hamilton found a retarding effect of exercise on depression. Yet I repeat, in 2020, it will be a leading cause of death and disability. Significant reductions in depression, major depressive disorder, have been reported following the participation in exercises such as running, walking, aerobic dance, cycling, weight training, racquetball, yoga, several other aerobic activities. Basically, get up off the couch and move. Contraindications to exercise. Comorbidity. Comorbidity simply means that you have a simultaneous presence of two chronic diseases or conditions. Medication side effects. Current physical state. Exercise limitations. In clients with no comorbidity, any limitations would be from their physical limitations, if any, or medication and/or side effects of their medication. Short-term goals for people that are struggling with depression and major depressive disorders. First, focus on successful completion of 6 one-hour sessions out of 8 in a month, meeting twice a week. Second, having the client attend one group exercise class, usually a 1-hour class, such as cycling, Zumba, yoga, etc., in the first 30 days. The reason for doing the second goal, having the client attend a group class, is because people struggling with depression or major depressive disorders typically isolate themselves. This keeps them social. Long-term goals: 16 weeks, increase cardio exercise from 5 to 10 minutes, increase strength training from 2 sets 5 to 10 reps to 3 sets 15 to 20 reps in 16 weeks. We've got to keep them moving. Special population depression, program design, warm-up. Similar warm-up as with most people that aren't dealing with a special population. Start with self-myofascial release. These exercises, programs are going to target whole body, so our warm-up is going to target the whole body: calves, thighs, back, shoulders, upper body, lower body. You're going to have 2 sets. Duration will be for 30 seconds, 15 seconds rest in between. Program design: cardio, walk, jog, or elliptical to start. Remember, these are people that are depressed. They're retarded in movement. They don't want to move, so we can't start with running or anything fast-paced. Walk, jog, or elliptical, 1 set, 5 minutes, rest 1 minute in between, and our goal is to increase this over time. Program design: core and balance. I'm going to do flutter kicks, mountain climber, planks. We're going to do one set of these, 8 to 12 reps. Planks will hold for 30 seconds, a tempo of 101, and we're going to rest 30 seconds in between. Program design resistance. But for resistance exercises, and these are just examples, do some dips, 2 sets, 5 to 10 reps, 4, 2, 1 on the tempo, 30-second rest in between, push up, pull up, walking lunges, deadlift, back squats. There is no limitation on the exercises that they can do outside of side effects or their medications, comorbidity, or their physical limitations. So any exercise is fair game to put into their workout. Program design cool down, hamstring stretch, quad stretch, T-stretch, abdominal stretch, and then go into some SMRs for the calves, thighs, backs, and shoulders. And we have the references where I got all this information out of. Remember, the biggest thing with dealing with people that are struggling with depression and major depressive disorder is we need to keep them social and we need to keep them moving, keeping them motivated. Thank you for participating in the slideshow today, and if you have any questions, please feel free to ask now.